first and goal. Touchdown, Tre Mason.
Carlos Hyde
goes backwards, now forwards, reaches, pylon. What a run by Carlos Hyde!
That looked like you back in your heyday, right? Carlos Hyde and Tre Mason. I don't think the Buckeyes or Tigers would have had the success they had last year without those two running backs. But the question is, which will be the better pro? Ray Crawford here, and here to judge as court is in session, the Honorable Doug Chapman, here to decide the debate. And on the two sides here, Rod Bramblett, our Auburn insider and voice of the Tigers, and from BuckeyeGrove.com, Kevin Noon. And Rod, we'll start with you. Why will Tre Mason be a better pro?
Well, you know, I think with Tre, he showed this past year durability, versatility, and having played in the Gus Malzahn style of spread offense, I think more and more NFL teams are going to that type of offense, maybe not a carbon copy. And I think Tre's leadership ability, he showed great leadership on this team last year that turned around a 3-9 season and came within 13 seconds of winning the national championship.
Well, when you sit there and you look at Carlos Hyde, he does something very well, and that's hold on to the ball. Carlos Hyde put the ball on the ground 4 times during his entire career. Tre Mason lost 6 fumbles in the last 2 years, put on the ground 8 times. I think Carlos Hyde is the type of back who gets stronger as the game goes on. He's a guy that his carries 21, 22, 23 are going to be better than 8, 9, and 10. And I just think he's got the NFL body. I think that he's the big back that you can keep out there for 3 downs.
Well, you know, with Tre Mason, his durability increased, I thought, over the course of his senior season. He became a real workhorse. He's deceiving at 5'9". and 205 pounds. He has great lower body strength, but great vision as well. He does a terrific job of setting up his blocks, letting his offensive line set up his blocks. And, you know, he doesn't have just, I guess, world-class speed, but certainly has the breakaway speed that you need and the strength to run in between the tackles at the next level.
Well, a lot of people want to say that Carlos Hyde doesn't have a lot of wiggle, but he's got the wiggle to get out there to the second level. And if you really look at his numbers, remember, he was suspended for 3 games. And if you would have extrapolated those numbers out, he would have had 265 carries for close to 2,000 yards. And 2 of those 3 games that he missed, Braxton Miller was not in the offense. And you would have had to have figured that they would have fed the ball to Braxton Miller or to Carlos Hyde a lot more during that point. So I think he would have been a 2,000-yard back.
All right, I'm going to call this courtroom to order. Judge Doug, the evidence has been laid before you. Your verdict.
Now, listen, well, I like both of these backs a lot. I love Carlos Hyde, but I got to give the nod to Rod. And here's why. Mason is younger. He's 20 years old. Carlos Hyde is 23. And if you look at the last 3 games of his season last year, he played against Alabama, Missouri, and Florida State, averaged over 220 yards over those 3 games. That type of gauntlet is what's going to happen to him in the NFL. And also, if these guys go in the 2nd or 3rd round, they're going to have to play special teams. So I see Mason back on kickoff returns having more success than I see at Carlos Hyde. I love Carlos Hyde. Big body, big back. Not a lot of big backs in the NFL, but I got to give the nod to Mason, and Rod, you won this one.
The nod to Rod. I like what you did there. All right, Rod and Kevin, guys, thanks very much.
You bet.
Doug, thanks to you as well. Who might be the first choice in the draft by the Kansas City Chiefs? Pete Futak offers up his insights. CI on the clock on CampusInsiders.com.